let's make some money. Woo! Oh, I'm glad to be back in Illinois. Everybody knows that I was in Vegas, Mike. Everybody. Because I did a show from there. I only did one. I only did one, though. Okay?
That is true. That is true.
Yes. And you know what? Vegas likes me a lot.
Great. I'm glad somebody. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Come on. Come on. I'm just kidding. But hey, before you do your big spiel about, you know, your intro and Mike 300 and Bob, you know, all that good stuff.
That's done. Mike 300.
Oh, okay. That's fair. But listen, I got to give you some props here, Bob. We're backstage talking, and you're throwing out terms like dope, and you know, I mean, you're getting a little slangy now. You know, at one time you were a pure boomer. You know,
I'm working.
He's growing up.
He is. Right before
he's definitely growing up.
I'm working on my drip too. But anyway.
Okay.
All right, who we got here? Stephen Batson, what's up? Jay Full Metal, where in the hell have you been? It's been a bit, but I've returned. We're back at it. Just incredible. What's up?
What is up, everyone?
Brain Trust is here, UK. And did you go to the real Caesar's Palace? No.
I did.
Yes, it was. I had a.
I did. Bob did not join me there. He was.
Good for you.
Yeah, I sure did, Bob. I went to a lot of places and had a good time. Met some new friends.
Listen to this. Bob looks like he's been in a spa.
Woo, Bobby.
All right, so we are. This is Last Minute Betting with the Sports Nuts. Bob and Mike, we're here for your quick fix for sports betting with our friend Jabari from Texas. Okay, Jabari, I so wanted the Astros to win because you had said on the last show they're done. And then they win 3 in a row in Texas. So I'm thinking, and you had to be thinking, Astros are winning this series. Are you shocked at what happened in Houston? And are the Cardinals are they the dumbest organization in the history of baseball to trade Adolis Garcia for cash?
I wouldn't say the dumbest. I can't think off the top of my head if there is anything dumber than that, to be honest. But yeah, it's pretty bad trade in hindsight, but I mean it is what it is. It's happened. You know, we'd be having the opposite conversation if it didn't pan out the way it did. If that team wasn't built, you know, just around him, really. Because realistically speaking, that is him and Marcus's team.
Well,
yeah, we would be having a different conversation.
You got Seager in there too. You got to.
Yeah,
that's a World Series MVP. So
Corey's not bad. I will say that.
Garcia could set the all-time record for RBIs in the postseason. Do you guys know? This is trivia time here, real quick. Who owns the record for the most RBIs in the postseason? You're gonna look it up, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna think off the top of my head here.
It's not Jeter.
Nope.
No, wouldn't be Jeter. I'm gonna say Ortiz. Probably not.
Okay, you both had your guesses.
I only get one guess. That's not even really my guess. I baited you into answering it for me.
What's your guess? What's your guess?
And so did Jabari.
Hey, nice drip, by the way. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I honestly don't even know who it would be.
Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you. Can I tell you, Mike?
Yeah.
David Freese.
I would have never guessed.
I would have never guessed that.
Remember,
I would have guessed Albert Pujols, but
he was the MVP of the NLCS and the World Series. So
we're talking for one postseason.
Not all time. Okay,
I'm sorry. You're talking about one postseason.
Yeah. And Adolis Garcia is, if you'd have been paying attention to the broadcast, you would have known that he is got a chance at beating that record. My God, 5 home runs. Uh, this guy don't kid around. You know what, Jabari? I don't think they should have ever hit him.
You think they should have just walked him?
Yeah.
You think so?
You did not wake up a sleeping bear. And that's exactly what they did. Because after they hit him, he went nuts. I'll give you a perfect example.
Hit him again, you should say, because remember they hit him.
Right. You just don't do it at all. You just don't do it at all. If you got a pitcher like Bob Gibson on the mound, you do it. Otherwise, no. I'll give you a perfect example. A guy by the name of Cesar Cedeno. I don't know how. I probably saw him 3 different times in his career get knocked down. By the way, he played for the Astros at one time. Get knocked down, and on the very next pitch, hit a home run. Yeah, some guys you just don't do that to. Somehow it makes them more laser focused. I don't know how that works, but it seems to happen.
I mean, Garcia's clearly a fiery guy, kind of like a Rosarena. He's a very fiery guy. So, he plays like that no matter what. But, yeah, you do not want to, like a Kobe Bryant, if he's having an off game, you just let him have an off game and pretend it's not really happening. You don't say nothing. I remember a series against the Hornets when Chris Paul was there. And he was really not playing too good. And Chris Paul started yapping at him, and he told him, he said, "You just woke me up now."
Right.
And the Hornets were actually giving the Lakers in that series a run for their money. It was a first round series, and Kobe turned into Kobe, and you don't wake guys up like that. You're right. It's harder to do in baseball. Like it's hard to just hit home runs every time you want. Right. I mean, that's hard to, but on the same token, that he's going to get locked in.
All right, let's get to thoughts on Obi Toppin over 17.5 PRA.
Obi Toppin, gotcha. Also, now is the time for you guys to ask questions. If you got any lines that you got questions about, please do that now because it's the first day of the season. Well, open season. Yesterday was the official season. Obi Toppin, yeah, I don't mind it at 17.5. Indiana's looking for a not a Miles Turner replacement, but somebody that can complement him in the open floor, and they went to go pick him up. I think his brother's also there too. I think he and his brother are on the same team now. So yeah, I don't mind it at 17.5.
Okay. All right. I got so many comments here. Let's see. Let's go Devils tonight. Capitals look old and slow. They really do.
They really do.
Big Blue lived like a millionaire before I was. Yes, and they gave up a Rosarena too. I know. And the sad part about that, and I'm not going to belabor the point, but the Cardinals at the time had decided to scout more in Cuba, right? So they got 2 guys from Cuba who
gave up on them.
They gave up on him. You don't do that. But in their defense, the Rangers did DFA Garcia at one. The reason they DFA'd him was because he had a tendency to strike out a lot. I got one thing one name to tell you right here, right now. Kyle Schwarber. Do you guys know how many times he struck out this year?
A lot. He's a swinger.
215.
Yeah, didn't he finish just over 200? He finished just barely over 200.
215. 215 is the number. Yes.
Yeah, he's a swinger. That's what he does. Where the ball is, he's a swinger. He's gonna swing at it every time. So that's what Schwarb does. It's called a Schwarble bomb for a reason. But if he connects, he connects. But he's not playing the lottery, So
yeah, I agree. Commitment to today's athletes. I'd trade them for gift cards. Okay, we did the Obi Toppin over PA. What about
Wemby over? I like it. I'll take Wemby. Why not? First game of the season. I mean, let's go with it. I would jump on that too. I think
there are so many plays on the positive EV page today.
There is, and we're at the first game of the season. You guys know how this can go. I mean, it's hard to say, but I definitely think Wemby's going to want to come out and ball tonight, and I hope he does. I really do.
No,
Full
he has the
Metal,
matchup. He should eat.
Full Metal says he's got too much invested on Wemby. Hologram, even laddered up, taking 20 points for them. PhD.
I think he meant to say Holmgren. He's talking about Chet.
Oh, you're talking about Chet
OKC.
Holmgren.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be careful with Chet. I think Chet's probably going to put up a smooth 17-20. I think you're probably good there, but yeah. They're saying Brunson going off. I don't know about that. Really, I don't, because Brunson's playing Drew, and Drew's a defensive guard. So,
right.
in my opinion, the Celtics probably have the best defending backcourt in all of the NBA right now. You have Derek White coming off the bench, and then you have Drew. You got rid of Brogdon. So, I mean, I'd be a little careful saying he's going to go off. Yeah, he might have a good bit of assist, but shooting-wise, I don't think so.
Yeah, the thing we got to remember about Drew Holiday is not only is he can give you some offense too. I feel like that was a really good move by Boston getting him, guys. I mean, you lost your Marcus Smart defender, but Holiday's better offensively than Smart. So I feel like getting Holiday was a really, really good move on their part. So
okay, very quickly, Wemby plus 580 for 5 blocks.
Oh wow, we're the sprinkle. Hey, I mean, a sprinkle. I mean,
3 blocks at minus 120. What are your thoughts, Jabari, on Wemby coming into the NBA and blocking a lot of shots? You think that's?
I quite honestly doubt he gets 3. I'd actually bet more that he gets more personal fouls than he has blocks. He hasn't been in a game time situation yet. Like, it's first game of the season, and I know it's just a sprinkle. He said it's a sprinkle. It's okay. First game of the season, and he's playing Kyrie, who's a master at drawing fouls, and he's playing Luka. So they call for him in one-on-one situations, which he is a defensive nightmare. Yes, but he could quite easily get in foul trouble early. And
what about the PRA over 25.5? Thoughts?
He should be okay. We have a special on Underdog. It's for 24.5 points and rebounds, I believe. So 25.5, you should be okay. He has a great matchup against the Mavs. The Mavs do not really have a center at all. Then they let Christian Wood walk. So they really don't have a center.
Okay.
So they should be eating inside.
Jordan's here. What's up? Shorting under 25.5 PRA for Marcus Smart. Thoughts?
Hold on. Sorry, I'm checking the injury report before I tell you exactly who's going to be there. No Jose Alvarado. Steven Adams had season-ending surgery on his ACL. I think he tore his ACL. I don't know if Ja is playing. I want to say Ja is playing. If he is, then yeah, I don't mind the Marcus Smart under, especially if Desmond Bane's in there as well. I don't mind it. It's not a bad play at all.
Yeah, I think we can roll with that for sure.
I'm going to roll with this right now. NCAA championship future bet, Arizona.
All right, tell them where you got that from.
I got that from Randall. I'm going with Arizona. And
I'm not.
You know what kind of role Randall got on?
I am not. I'm betting on Houston, the Cougars. We're gonna win a championship this year. Mark my words. We're a better team. We got good recruits coming in. We're a better team. We've made the Final Four and the Elite Eight every year for the past 4 or 5 years. So,
okay,
time to bet.
I love those Red Wings. Yes. Porzingis under 21.5 points and assists. Won't be on the court much, you think? And Josh suspended for 25 games.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. He is suspended.
Thank you, PhD. Yes. Yes, yeah. Red Wings in LGRW still don't work. Thompson over 5.5 rebounds.
Yes, he's one of the twins. Him and Eamon, they're twin brothers. Eamon plays for the Rockets. Asir plays for Detroit. That line was originally at 4.5 if you caught it, and it was at 5. So if you caught him at both, great. He should still probably hit 5.5. He averaged like 8 rebounds on the preseason, but yeah, you should be pretty safe.
I like that one too. And the Porzingis under for the first game, I don't see why not. I mean, like we said, adding Holiday, I think Holiday is going to be a pretty big factor. Look offensively, you got Tatum and Brown there, and so I would probably roll with that Porzingis under. But as we get into the season a little bit, we're going to find out how much of a factor he's going to be for this team. They're going to utilize him. We know he can score, so we'll see.
I disagree with the Porzingis. Reason I say I disagree because he was averaging like 25 minutes in the preseason for one, and Al Horford already said he's coming off the bench this game. He is starting off the bench. Porzingis is starting, so he's gonna get at least 25 to 27 minutes at the very minimum. So I disagree with the he's gonna see the court a lot comment.
No, he says he's not going to be on the court much. That's why he's going with the under.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm saying. I disagree with the under.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because I think he'll be on the court a lot more than he's thinking he is.
Right. Okay. All right. I gotta throw this at you very quickly. We're going to look at the optimizer today. We've got to get to the positive EV page. Matter of fact, we're going to do this as soon as I'm done with this question. Okay, and that is, why did the books have Jokic, his PRA number at 48.5? Remember, we were driving home last night, Mike, and we were thinking, 51.5, 52.5, right? His number was 48.5. Well, it's championship ring ceremony. What that? I don't understand what that would really have to do with Jokic, who did it 72% of the time last year, going over his PRA. What do you think about? Don't you think the books are going to raise that number, guys?
Of course. I just think it was as low as it was because they were thinking AD and Seawood and all of the other forwards and centers were going to be able to limit him as much. But surprise, surprise, AD did not show up. AD did not have any points by half. He didn't have a single rebound by half. So the Lakers are still the Lakers. And they're talking about putting LeBron on a minutes restriction, that he's going to play 29 or less minutes a game. So who knows?
Justin, very quickly, if you're having any lagging problems, email contact@oddsjam.com. Very quickly, Jalen Williams, over 14.5 points. Yes or no, guys? What's up? What's up, Jacob Trainer?
I'm gonna sit this one out because I honestly don't know. I could say yes, I could say no.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a tough one. I mean, like the first game of the season, why not? Why not roll with it?
There's just so many scoring options on OKC now that's what's really telling me like a yes or no. We'll have to see who's really going to have the ball.
How are they going to distribute that one ball among? We're going to have to find that out.
AD cost me too. All right, Mike, take over positive EV here, and let's take a look at what the heck's going on out here, because there are just a ton of plays, or at least there were earlier, and there's some plays on the optimizer. I'll do that after you're done with positive EV, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of action right now all over the place. I mean, this Jaden Ivey on his over 23.5 PRA, you're getting that at plus 105 on Bet Rivers. Oh, that's gone. They adjusted that quick. I would have jumped on that for sure. You can see where it's at now. So that's no longer one. Under 2.5 threes for Hero. I'll sit that one out. Russ on an under in points. I mean, I got to be honest with you, man. I don't mind going on a Russ under. As many times as I took him on an over last year, he sold on me. So I would not mind taking Russ on an under here on points.
Man, 14.5? Wow. He's gone downhill, hasn't he?
Yeah, because
boys?
he's coming off the bench. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good point. Thank you.
Plus 110. Jalen Green under 28.5 PRA. That one's good. It's really good value on this play. I won't go heavy on this one, but I will take it.
By the way, Jabari, that's why you're here, to check me at the door, you know.
No, you're okay. And actually, I'm gonna check myself right now. He's actually not coming off the bench tonight because Terrence Mann is out and Bones is also out. So he actually is the starting point guard. So he'll be in the starting rotation with PG and Kawhi.
Yeah, that one we may think about, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I even still like it because it doesn't help him that he's in there with PG and Kawhi. They're gonna have the ball more time tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, there's so many plays on here right now, and the success that I've had with player props on the EV page. I mean, I'm gonna go lock some of these in right now. There's several that I see that I would roll with.
Go for it, folks. Right. Yeah. Let me take over because I got a little segment here that
this is insane, man. How many there? Wow.
Money to be made, folks. Money to be made. This is a little segment that we like to call Who's Balling Tonight. We started it with Tony, and, I just got to ask you, guys, who's balling tonight? Who's going to be the big player tonight? Who wants Mike? What do you think?
Who's going to ball out tonight?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you a guy that I'd like to see ball out that I'm hoping for. It's Wemby. I want to see him ball out. I got to go with him. I mean, I'm confident that he's going to show up and show out a little bit. No, I don't necessarily think he's going to, go completely off. But I mean, again, Dallas, do they even know what defense is there? I mean, he's going to score some, and I think he's going to have a heyday rebounding. So I'm going to go with Wemby to ball out tonight, man.
Guys, this is something that I hadn't seen last year. There's actually a ladder for Wemby here. And I'm not talking about how tall he is. There's an over 6.5 rebounds on Fliff and an over 7.5 on DraftKings. The 6.5 is minus 110, and the 7.5 over 7.5 is plus 145. And I saw another ladder earlier. We are starting to see, and it's because of Fliff.
I'm gonna say double for Wemby tonight for sure. I think I got him balling tonight, so I would actually jump on both of those. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like I said, with this matchup with Dallas, it's a pretty good matchup for him to get going. I mean, now Dallas is gonna score too, obviously, but I would take them both.
Okay.
I'd be interested to see what Wemby double looks like.
Okay. I'll get to that in a second. Let's go with Jabari.
Okay. For me, who's balling tonight will be Evan Mobley. He's playing the Nets. Nets got Nick Claxton. Yeah, he's great. But Mobley's gonna be pretty much their starting 4 or 5 tonight. No Jared Allen, no microphone head tonight. So, and they've said in the offseason they want to get him more involved. So now it's time to prove that. Let him score, let him rebound, let him do what he does. And I'm saying he's gonna ball tonight. So
yeah, I like that. If they expect to get him involved more, what I mean, last year he averaged, looking here, about 16 a game, 9 rebounds. I mean, he's probably gonna have way more than that in this game, truthfully. So yeah, I like that for sure.
Okay. All right. Now it's up to me.
Yeah,
you guys are so good. I'm going to go with Jason Tatum. There's a reason for this. I got money on the Celtics tonight. So,
okay.
I mean, JT, he's got to go off for me. Plus, St. Louis boy, I'm from St. Louis originally.
Oh, there's the St. Louis deal again. Imagine that.
What?
With your heart again.
No,
and just because of that, Jaylen Brown's going to have like freaking 30 something.
All right. But
yeah, PhD, that is a tough question for NBA. Who's balling tonight? For the NFL, I left for a minute. Sorry about that.
No
for the NFL, it's pretty easy to do. But man, for the NBA, is a loaded slate. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. A lot of people are going to ball tonight.
All right, so we got to find Wemby here real quick, right? You were talking about doubles.
I took Tatum under 0.5 point on underdog. Oh man,
Oh my God. Who said that?
Justin, he's messing with you.
Why does everybody want to mess with old Bob? That's what I got to ask.
I guess it's fun.
Up for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for you both joining in. I was expecting Mike to answer. I wasn't expecting that from you. All right. Whoa.
Wow, Steven.
Double.
Thanks for checking that, buddy.
What do you guys think? Plus 375 for Wemby double on Fliff.
I mean, it's a little sprinkle. Why not? Is it something that I'm very, very confident in? Because my worry is that he gets about 8 rebounds, 9, and I end up. But why not? If I think he's going to have 8 rebounds tonight or somewhere around there, then maybe he gets a couple more, and we cash it out. So I'm going to sprinkle on it. It's on PointsBet. Right. I'm going to use my free bet on that, actually.
Here we go. Fantasy Optimizer. I've got to go here right now and take a look at some DFS stuff that's going on there. Opinions as I go down here. These are in the high 54% to 55% range. We already know about the Wemby play on PointsBet. It's dropped to 20 over PRA. I think that'll hit pretty easily. Brandon Miller over 8.5 points, guys.
And it's crazy how low that line is, considering how bad he was in the preseason. They had to shut him down. I honestly don't know. The verdict's still out on him.
Right.
The verdict is still out on him. They're saying that LaMelo could also be limited to 30 minutes a game, this game as well. So who knows what's going on in Charlotte right now, to be honest with you. Who really knows? So, I mean, you said over or under?
Over 8.5.
It's a sprinkle. It's a sprinkle for me.
Okay. Well, now we're in a DFS format. So, putting it in a leg, I don't think it's a bad idea, right?
But putting it in a leg and in like a 2-man or a 5-man, a little quarter unit sprinkle, you got to do $5 minimum on PP.
Right.
Then
right.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Is this a Kongu?
Yeah, on Yeka. He's the backup to Clint Capella. I actually thought he left. You catch it at 7.5, you got real good value there. He usually averages around 8 or 9. So you catch it at 7.5, you're sitting pretty. Even at 8, I'm still fairly comfortable with that. He'll get a increased role this season, I believe.
And remember, there's always a chance of a push.
Mm-hmm.
With in that 5 pick now turns into a 4 pick, and I got to be honest with you, Jabari, your concept for doing 2-pick power plays off of your top 2 picks in a 5 pick has been working like crazy. I just want to tell you what's happened since I started adopting that philosophy. I went from $50 in my Prize Picks account to $233.
Good. Okay. Mathematically speaking, you're covering yourself, you're covering your apples, so to speak. When you have a good night and you can hit like that, because even if the 5-man doesn't cover, your 2-man covers, you win your money back. So it's something we've been living by. I got away from it last season and kind of hurt myself, but I'm getting back to it. So keep doing it, man.
Okay. All right. Benedict, not Arnold here. Points and rebounds under 20.5.
Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah.
I kind of have his over PRA today because I think he's gonna improve. He was already really good last season.
What's his PRA number?
I think it was 25.5. Hold on, let me recheck that.
I mean, this is points and rebounds. Can he get 5 6 assists.
Actually, I caught his PRA actually at 20.
Oh,
I actually caught it at 20 is what I caught it
oh.
at. So,
So and then this isn't a bad play, really. Then
it might not be. It might not be, but I did catch it at 20. So maybe that line got bumped and then they bumped the points and rebounds up to 20.5. So yeah, I mean, it's not a bad play.
and then we'll go with these last two here. Jaden Ivey over 4.5 assists, and Jalen Green under 29.5 PRA. Wow.
The Jalen, I don't know about. We're gonna have to see, because they lost. You remember they lost. What's his name? He got traded after that stuff came out about him and his girlfriend. Kevin Porter.
Oh,
yeah, KBJ. He's gone now. So Jalen and Sengun are now the leading scoring option with FBB backing them up. So just a little dynamic change there.
Final one that I'm going to go to. Well, yeah, this is the final one. Terry Rozier under 29.5 PRA.
I'd be a little careful with that because if they're going to limit LaMelo, Terry's going to be in a lot more.
Okay. All right. Very good. We're going to shift gears here. Go to the NFL very quickly. Any thoughts on the weekend, guys, this past weekend? Then we'll talk about the Thursday night game.
From this past weekend, well, let's just start with this.
Chargers suck.
Yeah, and Justin Herbert's overrated. We were talking about that last week a little bit. He is. He's overrated. I mean, pathetic.
You
I
have to prove us wrong. So.
I don't know how he gets so many balls tipped at the line when he's as tall as he is, man. Like, I don't understand it. And when the game's on the line, he just cannot deliver. As bad as the Chargers defense was in that first half, they kept them in the game the second half. As long as, I mean, there was one time they stopped Kansas City 4 possessions in a row from doing anything. And what's Herbert do? Nothing. You know, you have turnovers. You do nothing with those. It's just he's overrated right now, man. Until he proves me wrong, he's overrated. I'd take Trevor Lawrence over him, I think, man. I mean, it's unbelievable how overrated this guy is.
What happened to Purdy?
Concussion.
Oh, I did not know that. That now it makes sense as to why Minnesota's favored.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Concussion. It just came out this morning that they put him in concussion protocol.
Okay. Well, the line yesterday was at 5.5. So somebody must have had some inside information there, I think. All right. Let's go to this Bucks and Bills game. Jabari, the Bills. My goodness. What's wrong with them?
Same thing that's wrong with the 49ers. When it comes to teams they have no business losing to, they lose. I don't know what it is. I don't think anybody had the Vikings. First of all, Kirk Cousins throwing as much as he did on that defense, but he did. The Bills lost to the Patriots. Okay. Yeah. They lost to the Jags, and then you lost to the Jets week 1 when they lost Aaron Rodgers that game. So, again, teams you have no business losing to, you lose to. So, and they only put up 14 points against the Giants, which isn't saying much.
Right.
And that was at home. So I honestly don't know. They need to figure it out.
They're in the same boat they've been for the past few years. They need more of a running game besides Josh Allen. You need a running back to go to.
They're not willing to pay running backs. They made that pretty clear. They're not willing to pay running back money.
Allen and Diggs ain't gonna be able to do it on their own.
Yeah.
What do you think about this 8.5 point spread, boys? You can get -8. Looks like that's on Fliff. I mean, Bills cover.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And
then they probably bounce back.
Okay.
They probably bounce back here.
Finally, last I got to go with Jabari. Any surprises for you in last week's games or anything. But Pittsburgh, surprised to see them tie the top the NFC or AFC North with Baltimore right now.
Yeah, I am. I did not have them being 4-2, at all, in any way, shape, or form. Because their running game really has been non-existent, but Jalen Warren and Najee Harris got it done that game. Both of them 2 touchdowns each. Kenny really didn't really do a lot. He threw for 230, no TDs, no interceptions, but I mean,
He made some clutch throws.
he did.
He really did. He really did. He made some clutch throws, and that's the part about the kid that I'm impressed with. You know, the Lions that we've all been high on, they got their butts kicked. Jeez, I didn't see that coming. And if that's the case, you know, is Baltimore playing this week?
Uh,
Let me look here.
yeah, they
I'll
are.
tell you here,
They're
right.
playing cards.
Yeah. I mean, do they have a letdown? Is it a possibility that, I mean, after a whipping like that, you think they're going to continue on?
I think they win the Cards Seahawks, but I think they lose the next Browns game.
Okay. But do they cover against the Cards?
Yeah.
8.5
What is?
plus 8.5.
Oh, ooh.
No.
No, but what's the money line at it? I'm sure it's got to be juiced by now.
Oh, it's just like crazy. It's like at minus 390.
Yeah. Minus 8.5. Sprinkle. It's worth the sprinkle, but I don't expect a big blowout.
Or do you take the Cards plus 8.5? Is what I'm saying. After Baltimore had the kind of game they just had, is this a letdown week?
I wouldn't even take the plus 8.5 because the Cards are too much of a wild card.
Okay. Without being a wild card.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I mean, Baltimore really feeling good, and I feel like if Baltimore shows up, they're going to beat Arizona by 10 plus, you know. So I probably wouldn't touch Arizona plus 8.5 either. I realize they had a big win, but you got to remember, if you're Baltimore, I can assure you that they don't feel like they're where they're at because of luck or coincidence. They feel like they're legit. So I don't think they'll overlook Arizona this week. I mean, we have seen teams do that with the Cardinals from time to time, but I don't think it'll be here.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. We putting together a parlay or what we gonna do?
You know, I didn't even. Yeah, I'd forgotten all about that. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, let's put a parlay together and
then we'll hit the road. Real quick, Mike and I drove past the Raiders Stadium.
Mhm.
Dude, up close, the outside of the stadium is magnificent looking. They want to talk about that Kroenke Stadium in LA. That is a bad ass looking stadium from the outside.
or Bob, or it's a dope stadium,
Oh, I'm
right?
sorry. It's dope. It's dope with a lot of
It is. It's a really nice stadium,
a
and
lot of drip.
yeah, it's a very, very nice stadium. The Raiders do not deserve it in any way, shape, or form. But
Funny part about it is they got the sign up there that says "Just win, baby."
but hey, at least they have their own stadium, and they're not like, you know, some teams that share stadiums because they're, you know, well, anyway. I'm sounding like Bob with the St. Louis talk.
Just incredible. He was inside. Oh, if the outside's phenomenal, I can't imagine what the inside looks like.
Oh, I can't either.
Blows away the $2.5 billion Kroenke Stadium. Okay, now let's get to a parlay, and let me share my screen, and I get to go first, and I'm gonna go first. And let me get to the NBA.
Wow, that's awesome, Justin. Eagles played at halftime and got a bar. It was insane. Yeah.
I only got 20 minutes to get this one in. So I've got to get it in right now.
Agree there, PhD. The plus,
I'm taking
taking the points there, maybe.
I'm taking the Celtics minus 3.5. Mike, your turn.
My turn. Yeah, we've got a ton of action here tonight, but the one that I'm going to roll with, we just talked about it here. The more I think about it, the more I do think New Jersey -1.5 is the play. And you were probably going to go with that, Bob, but I got to take the Devils -1.5.
I laid it off because you gave me so much crap about it.
I didn't give you crap about it. I just said, I was a little worried about I do think New Jersey wins, but the more you think about it,
it's going to happen. Trust me. All right, Jabari, you are last.
Okay. I'm checking to see if it's still at what I was having it at. Yes, it is. We're taking the Cavs -2.
Okay.
Taking the Cavs -2, -2.5. It really does not matter either one.
You got -2.5.
Yeah, I still think they win by 3 points over Brooklyn. Brooklyn hasn't improved much in the offseason.
Okay. All right. I'll get this all together, get it sent out. We'll put it on Twitter. Cavs -2.5. The Devils -1.5. And the Celtics -3.5. And that is what we got going on. I know you guys are ready for me to hurry.
Thoughts on Anthony Simmons under 5.5 assists?
I have seen this line a couple of times on Twitter, and I've seen under his points. They said he's not good with Dame being out. And now Dame's not even there anymore, right? So, yeah, it is worth a look, worth a sprinkle. It is up to you on, how big your risk tolerance is. But if you want to risk that, you can. If you don't, I understand.
Parlayed with Obi and Celtics money line. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Did you guys drive from Illinois to Vegas? Absolutely not.
What do you think? We're stupid?
Yeah. Absolutely not. No chance. No chance.
And you're not a snowball's chance in that one place.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right, $25.
Sure.
$25 we're giving away. Michael posts that here in a little bit. Thank you guys for joining us. Jabari, thank you. Great show. 43-minute show. And we you know what? I thought it was dope. I don't know about you.
I did too, man.
I need a new word.
No, dope. You're good. You keep.
I feel like a dope when I say it. I'm just saying.
Now you're
not funny.
You're losing it now.
Funny.
You're
funny,
losing it.
Funny, not funny. Bye. See you, folks.